Tonight we're going to demonstrate the air fryer accessory basket. Just give me a minute to get set up, and I'll show you a nice little recipe that I've used a few times. This basket measures about 8.5 inches across and about 1.5 inches deep. It replaces the stirring paddle and is ideal for cooking anything that has a breaded coating. Breaded chicken is on the menu tonight. So I'm going to take a package of 3 fairly large boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'm going to tenderize them with a meat pounding hammer. Then I'm going to slice them down the middle to give me 6 equal portions. I've already mixed my breadcrumbs. I use an old peanut butter jar to do so. I spare you the details of mixing. Just follow the recipe on the screen, you'll be fine. So there's the lineup of ingredients. Starting on the right, we have seasoned breadcrumbs, panko breadcrumbs to have a little crispiness. That's garlic powder that's not labeled, salt right beside it, black pepper, seasoned salt, and chicken tikka powder. I also like to add a couple tablespoons of oat flour. And not shown here is about half a cup of olive oil that I will be dipping the chicken in before breading. Now I'm simply taking our 6 pieces of chicken one by one and covering them in the olive oil, then making certain that they are completely covered in our breadcrumb mixture. I place them carefully in the basket. From experience, I've learned that cooking time for this type of chicken is about 26 minutes. So we'll set the initial timer for 20 minutes. The pieces will shrink ever so slightly over this time, which will allow me to reposition them to allow airflow between them, which will ensure that they cook evenly over the final 6 minutes. This accessory basket is the best way to cook any type of food that has a coating in your T-Fal Actifry. Anything from chicken wings to breaded shrimp, etc. This is simply the best way to do it. Another way to cook coated foods is to remove the stirring paddle. But that method requires much more diligence in rotating the food to ensure even cooking. When I reach the last piece of chicken, I like to have a little bit of the breadcrumb mixture left over for when I rotate the pieces. Inevitably, you'll knock off some of the coating, so it's nice to have some bread mixture handy to repair that with. Keep in mind that standard recipes like this are nothing more than a starting point. Where I have found the balance of flavors I like, this array of spices may be too bland for some palates. In the past, I have substituted the chicken tikka powder for Cajun spice or various mixtures of onion powder with chili powder, taco powder, or even tandoori masala. There's all kinds of things you can do. The only guideline I would suggest is that powdered spices tend to work better in breaded mixtures. But that's about it. Have fun. So here you can see them all sitting in the basket. As I mentioned, I'm going to put this on for 20 minutes and then rotate them and then put it on for, I'll see how well they're cooked. I'll put it on for another 5 or 6 minutes. Here they are rotated. This is after 20 minutes. I flipped them over, put a little bit of air, a little bit of space in between them, and touched up the breading. It didn't need much. And so we'll put it on for another 5 minutes on that side. I'm not worried about the crumbs that are falling off. This stuff is really easy to clean. It all falls into the basket underneath, and it's really just a matter of wiping it out with a paper towel before you hand wash it. And there they are, finished. And like I say, you can do fish this way as well. This makes for a really nice meal, though. They are delicious. While my entree was cooking unattended in my T-Fal Actifry with accessory basket, I whipped up some rice and a simple stir fry with carrot, celery, Chinese cabbage, and red onion. Just enough poultry gravy to make my meal complete. My next video will feature another one of my favorite kitchen gadgets, the Cuisinart Griddler Deluxe. I hope to see you then.
When the stars won't shine for you, and your dreams turn black and blue, On those dark nights you'll be alright, I'll be right there with you. Together we'll see it through. When the stars won't shine for you, your dreams turn black and blue. On those dark nights you'll be alright, I'll be right there with you. Together we'll see it through.